I was LPing this Bioforge game, and it's a really, really awesome game. You play this cyborg who wakes up in like, where are we going? This way?
Up. Yep.
You play this cyborg who wakes up in a medical facility of some variety, and you have no recollection of past events or anything, and you got to break out of your prison cell and get away and all that sort of stuff. But while you're running around, you find all these memos, and they were written in gibberish, and I was like, oh, well, clearly, which way?
Up.
I was like, oh, clearly my my cyborg has like a broken, like, I don't know, speech module or something, and like I'll get an upgrade later on that lets me read all these memos. But then I found out it was in Norwegian or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
all the voice acting in the game is in German.
We just did this like an hour ago.
I know! Anyway, all the voice acting in the game is in English, so yeah, I just assumed it was intentional. But for some reason, the version of the game I had, yeah, all the voice acting was in English and all the text was in Scandinavian or whatever. And the very, very first puzzle of the game is breaking into a guy's room. You find there's which way?
Continue going up. We have to go all the way past Brinstar, back up to the wreck ship.
Right. So there's these laser doors that lock the cells, and they hurt you if you go into them. So you find another prisoner who tried to stick his arm through the laser door when it was malfunctioning, and it suddenly came back on and cut his arm off. So you find his severed arm outside the cell, you pick it up, you run into his cell, you beat him to death with his own severed arm, and then you find his diary, and there's a password in the diary that you need, and it's written in another language.
Norwegian.
Yeah, so I don't know, I might work out what language it is and get a guest star on the LP. Actually, that
Who
idea
can speak Norwegian?
just occurred to me just now, and I actually think that's a really good idea. I might actually do that.
Cool.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so I downloaded it from oldgames.sk. I don't know what region SK is, you know? Any idea?
Well, it could be Scandinavia or something.
Yeah, I have no idea. But it took me like 5 episodes into the LP. I'd recorded something like half an hour of footage, and then I suddenly went, hold on a second, this is another language, and I was a bit cheesed off about that. So yeah, I've had those videos sitting on my hard drive for a while now.
Just for a while, just sitting there.
Just thinking, what am I gonna do with these videos?
Because you wouldn't want to delete them. That's effort wasted.
They might be funny to someone. I don't know. The game is one of those games that's impossible to play without a walkthrough. Like the very second
Except if
puzzle.
you can speak Norwegian.
Oh, well, that too. But the very second puzzle of the game is there's a locked door, and the dude who was in the prison cell.
Just jump straight up. You have high jump.
The dude who was in the prison cell, whose name is Cayman, like the guy in Star Fox. Cayman here, nothing wrong. Anyway, you need to get his severed arm, get a robot to pick it up. You need to find the right console to turn the robot on, get the robot to pick his arm up, put it on a handprint scanner, and then you go to a computer on the other side of the room, and while the robot is holding his arm to the handprint scanner, you have to activate a module on the other side of the room. And there's just no clue that you're meant to do any of that.
Well, that sounds like some Space Quest levels of.
Yeah, it's just an adventure game, but it's made by European people, and I don't know if you've had.
Sideways, I think so.
I don't know if you've had much.
Literally impossible for like.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I don't know if you've had much experience with European adventure games, but they're pretty mind-boggling.
Well, I'm a bit of a connoisseur, so.
Have you ever played Little Big Adventure?
I've heard of it.
Oh man, that game's fucking horrid for that sort of stuff. It's a really awesome game, but God, the amount of bullshit you have to go through. There's this system of ferries that connects everything together, and there's like 6 islands, and getting a ferry from one island to another obviously costs money. So you're constantly having to go back and forth between islands for the most trivial bullshit. It'll be like, you know, get a key, take the key to, like, Blue Island. On Blue Island, unlock a door to get a rubber duck, take it to a guy on Green Island, and he'll give you, like, a ring. And then you can take that to Ring Island and, like, unlock a door in a cave, and it just goes on and on like that. And
Sounds unbearable.
every time you catch a ferry, you get a little cutscene of your guy whose name is Twinson, like, just being seasick and throwing up over the side of the boat and just hating his life, and it's really entertaining. It's a very, very, very French game. It's really cool.
I haven't had a chance to, you know, ever hear that statement, so I'm gonna...
Well, generally, as a rule, games made by French people have really nice graphics and really tragic gameplay.
Tragic isn't terrible, or like actually tragic?
In tragic isn't terrible, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Ubisoft are French. And you've played their games, right?
Some of them. I can't play them anymore because they're all bad. And you can quote me on that.
They gave us such, you know, greats as Assassin's Creed and fucking... I better... and Rayman and...
Oh, Rayman's not bad.
I haven't played any Rayman games after the first one, but Raving Rabbids... Oh, I played Raving Rabbids. That was atrocious. I didn't like Raving Rabbids at all. But yeah, Rayman 1 has mind-blowingly good graphics, but the gameplay is very blah. Arr, arr. Arr, arr. Hey!
It's so good with the wave beam and you can get him off screen.
I got him when he was vanishing. That's pretty good.
Well, no, he vanishes after 3 hits anyway.
Oh, okay.
Instead of the 1 hit with the ice beam.
That's fun times. I'm a fan of that.
Actually makes you look professional.
Oh, thank you, Junak. Would this boss be easier if I'd, say, bomb jumped?
I would say you should mockball to avoid his attacks.
Good idea. I like it.
Standing start, like 3 square mockball or whatever the tool-assisted guys can do.
Standing start, 3 square mockball, you say?
Yeah, something stupid like that.
That sounds a bit beyond my capabilities, possibly. Just a little, you know?
Well, I got up to this point in Super Metroid Impossible, and the guy was like, oh, I did it without tools, and I was pretty much about ready to throttle the guy.
What do you mean? You were playing it yourself, or...?
Well, the person who made it said that he had got through the entire game without tools.
Right.
And I got up to this bit where I was utterly convinced that it was possible.
Well, if someone on the internet said something was true...
I mean, I might just not be as good as I, needed to be, but it needed to have, like, an incredibly quick mockball.
Aren't people generally reasonably honest with stuff like that? Like,
yeah.
Do you remember that debacle over the Super Mario Bros. 3 speedrun? Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where the guy clearly put a note at the start of his video saying that it was tool assisted, and it was in Japanese, so nobody read it.
Go into
yeah, missiles.
Missiles, yeah.
So yeah, fuck those people. He said it was tool assisted, so whatever. So if that Metroid Impossible guy was all like, yeah, it was totally not tool assisted, then...
I mean, I'm sure that somebody has done it without tool assistance, but...
I bet he used save states, though.
Yeah, definitely. I can't imagine playing that game without save states.
So, when you look at it like that, he probably just save stated next to where he needed to go, and then he just kind of, I don't know.
Well, load state forever.
He got his
Finally
his
it.
sleeping bag and he sat down and he just did it.